To share Hirfat platform, where I am going to present to you basic English course at the starter level. My name is Bonventure Oduk. Welcome. In this particular course, we are going to have 12 units. The first one is introduction. The second one is identification of things. The third is personal information. The fourth is people and their appearance. The fifth is talking about time and activities. The sixth is talking about school and personal qualities. The seventh unit, we shall be looking at routines and events. Number 8, likes and preferences. Number 9, talking about qualities and abilities. Number 10, we are going to look at description of location. Number 11, requests and permission. And number 12, which is going to be our last unit, we shall be talking about past and future plans. Welcome. Chapter 1, Introduction. Under Introduction, we are going to look at these sub-units: greetings, self-introduction, saying goodbye, finding out about people, and introducing people. So this is in this particular unit, we are going to see how different ways in which you can greet people and how they can respond, how you can introduce yourself to other people and how they also can introduce themselves to you. We shall also be looking at how to say goodbye formally or informally to different groups of people, and also how to know more about other people, how to find out how they are doing, where they are, and so on and so forth, and also how to introduce people to other people, or how to introduce people to someone who does not understand or know them. All that is going to be discussed in this chapter 1. Now let's begin with greetings. Greeting is, it's more of saying hello to somebody. Like when you want to you have met someone for the first time, you tell them hello or you greet them. And of course it involves a conversation. Conversation is an informal talking involving a small group of people. And it entails greetings, self-introduction, and saying goodbye at the end of the conversation. So, greeting is defined as a way in which somebody says hello to somebody or welcomes them. And there are different ways of greeting. For example, good morning is for morning hours and before noon. Good evening is for evening hours. Good afternoon is for time afternoon and before evening. Of course, we do have some greetings which occur at any given time of the day. For example, hi and hello. Hi and hello are some of the greetings that occur at any particular given time of the day. However, as we have seen in this, there are those greetings that occur in the morning, good morning. There are those that occur after morning, that is in the noon, and that is good afternoon. And then there are those that occur in the evening hours. You call, we normally say good evening. And then, of course, the two greetings, hello and hi, these are greetings that apply across. Now, there are two types of greetings: formal and informal types of greetings. Informal greetings is a form of saying hello to normal conversations and writing to friends rather than for serious speech and letters. I'll try to explain that before even we move further. When you're having informal greeting, it means you are involving either friends or even relatives. So it's people whom you are very close to, whom you are very, very familiar, and is not official. So these are greetings that are not official. That is why they are informal. They're not formal. Let us have now an example of informal greeting. And I'll read, and then I'll invite you also to read after me. Hi, Bob. Hi, Uni. How are you today? Fine, thanks. How are you? Pretty good, thanks. How are you? How are you? Good, thanks. Or how are you? Terrific. Now, I want now to invite you to read after me, and then I'll explain. Hi, Bob. Hi, Uni. How are you today? Fine, thanks. How are you? Pretty good, thanks. Or good, thanks. Or terrific. So you can see in this particular case, like the last example, how are you? You can answer pretty good, thanks, or you can say good, thanks, or you can reply by saying terrific. Terrific means good, means you're doing well. Okay, you don't have a problem. Terrific. So these are different ways in which you can respond to that. So that is an informal way of greeting somebody. Let us now turn our focus to formal greetings. Formal greetings is a form of greetings that are done very correct and suitable for official or important occasions. So the formal greetings, let me explain. It simply means that is a form of greeting other people that is usually with a lot of formalities, and the people in which you are greeting, it's either your bosses, people you're not very close to, and normally it's in an official capacity. So official language is normally used when you're doing formal greetings. Okay, and the occasions that warrant formal greetings are official functions. And of course, these are people who are not your close buddy, not your close buddies. They're not your close friends. That is now where you use formal greetings. Let us have an example of a formal greeting in form of a dialogue. I'll read it, and then I'll invite you to also read after me. Hello. Hello, Mr. Stevens. Good morning. Good morning, madam. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Now, I'd like to invite you to respond to my greeting. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. I presume that you have responded to my greetings. Now, that is an example of formal greetings. It takes formality. It has elements of formality when it occurs. And of course, the occasions that go with formal greetings are those that are official. Let us move ahead to self-introduction. Self-introduction is the act of making people to formally know each other, in which you tell each the other's name. These usually come after greetings. Before introducing oneself, be able to differentiate between some common names for men and women. For example, James and John are English names for men, while Jane and Nancy are English names for women. Let us now look at an example of how to introduce oneself. My name is Bonaventure Oduk. The name is commonly used by men. People are named depending on their country of origin. And in most cases, people have 2 or more names. Some countries can include up to 8 names per person, and these names come from both of your parents, your grandparents, and so on. I'd like us to have an example of self-introduction. So I'll read it, and then I'll call you upon also to respond to my to my questions. What is your name? My name is Robert, but please call me Bob. I am Robert. What is your first and last name? My first name is Robert. My last name is Simpson. Now, let me read the first bit, and then you will respond. Okay? What is your name? Respond. What is your first and last name? Respond. Good. That is an example of self-introduction, introducing yourself to other people. And normally we say, my name is. We don't say, my names are, because you are referring to one identity, to one person. Therefore, it takes a singular. My name is Robert. My name is Bonaventure Oduk, as an example. And then you go on and on. Let us turn to a way of saying goodbye. Saying goodbye is the act that is used when leaving somebody or when somebody is leaving. It usually occurs at the end of a conversation. It is either done formally or informally. Informal goodbyes usually is done at the end of an informal conversation or writing to friends rather than for serious speech and letters. While formal goodbyes is usually done at the end of a conversation that are done very correctly and suitable for official or important occasions. So in this particular chapter, we are looking at the two ways by which somebody can bid or can say bye-bye. And we have seen either you do it informally or formally. Informally is more casual. And it's normally applicable and is applied when you are with your close friends or when you are with your relatives. But when you're talking about formal goodbye, it applies in official functions with official people and in a place that is formal. So people that you're not really very close to, people who are your seniors, people who are your bosses, people who are of your employers, and in official capacities, then definitely you don't use casual language. So you also say goodbye in a formal manner. Now, we do have an example of informal goodbye. I'll read it and then I'll invite you to read after me. Goodbye, bye, see you later, see you, have a nice day, you too. Now I want to invite you to reply to my bye-bye. Bye-bye, see you later, have a nice day. Good. I presuppose you have responded to that, which is very good. That is an example of an informal way of saying goodbye. Let us now turn to an example of formal goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Now I want you to respond to this. Goodbye. Good. I hope you all have responded. Now that is an example of telling somebody goodbye. I want us to look at conversation, a formal conversation between two people who are having a conversation. I'll read, then I'll explain. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am your instructor today. My name is Robert Simpson, but please call me Bob. Hi, Bob. And what is your name? I am Uni. Great. And how are you today? Fine, thanks. Terrific. So let's get started. Are you ready? Yeah, let's go. Now, if you look at this formal conversation, you find that, because it's beginning with good afternoon, then good afternoon, and then look at the introduction. I am your instructor today. Instructor is the person who will guide you. The person who will guide you today, it's me, my name is Robert Simpson, but please, you can call me Bob. Hi, Bob. And then he goes ahead and introduces himself. Even the person whom he's going to tutor, to instruct, also does what? He also gives out his name. I'm Uni. And he says, great. And how are you today? Fine, thanks. Terrific. Terrific means good. Terrific means good. So let's get started. And are you ready? Yes. Let's go. That is an example of a formal way of conversation. Formal way of talking. Let's move ahead to another subunit, which is finding out about people. Finding out about people is discovering information about someone by asking or researching from people that know about them. Below is an example of how to find out about someone. I'll read, then I'll also invite you to read after me, and then I'll explain this subunit. Let me read. Who is that guy? That is Tony. Who is he? He is in my aerobics class. Now, if you were to look at this particular example, it is trying to explain that this person here, who is called Tony, he is in the class. He has come to an aerobic class, and if you look on the right, you can see an example of children engaging in physical class. Aerobics means physical exercises. It's like going to a gym, to make yourself physically fit. So he's trying to say that guy is in his aerobic class, just like the picture on the right shows. So finding about people, you get new information about them, and you can get it through other people or through about them. So the conversation continues. He is really cute. Yeah. Do you want to meet him? You bet I do. Tony, this is my friend Nishi. Hi Nishi. Nice to meet you. Hello. Nice to meet you too. Let us now turn to introducing people. Introducing people is telling two or more people who have not met before about each other's information. It is usually formal or informal. Below is an example of introducing someone formally. I'll read it, then I'll invite you also to read after me. Tony, I'd like you to meet Bob. How do you do, Bob? How do you do, Tony? So you can read after me. Tony, I would like you to meet Bob. How do you do, Bob? How do you do, Tony? That's an example of introducing someone formally. Now let us look at an example of introducing someone informally. Tony, this is my friend Nishi. Hi Nishi. Nice to meet you. Hi. Nice to meet you too. Now read after me. Tony, this is my friend Nishi. Hi Nishi. Nice to meet you. Hi. Nice to meet you too. That is an example of informal way of introducing oneself. Thank you for listening to me. That is the end of chapter 1.